Teams that have done a lot of winning over the past couple of years are going head-to-head in the Under the Lights game of the week. The people have spoken, and boy, did they pick a good one. The defending state champion Thomson Bulldogs hosting the Laney Wildcats at the Brickyard. 10:16 on the clock. Jameer Roberts takes it himself and gets the Bulldogs on the board 6-0. The Dogs scored again before Javaris Harris somehow gets out of this pile and works his way up the sideline for another Wildcat setup right there. That ended up getting them in the red zone to help set up All-State wide receiver Carl Holmes for an easy rushing touchdown off the direct snap, putting Laney on the board. The Wildcats kept going in the third. DJ Daggett reels in this pass at the 20-yard line, and he goes the rest of the way for the touchdown. They got the two-point conversion too. Now it's 14-8. But Thompson's running attack was just too much to handle for Laney in this game, leading the Bulldogs to victory 28-14 for their third straight win. News 12's Alyssa Lyons has been at the Brickyard all day long covering this game for us, and she joins us now from Thomson to help us break this one down for our game of the week.
Yeah, Dan, I talked to head coach Michael Youngblood at the end of the game, and I said, how would you describe this one? He said a roller coaster. The first half was just up and down, up and down. Every team just trying to find their footing in this one. It was a high-scoring affair, much different than what we've seen in the past between these two. So 28-14 is definitely a big one here. But it didn't start out that way. It started off really, really slow, and both teams really opting for that passing game, but couldn't find their intended target. So like any team does, if you can't get your passing game to work, you opt for the run game, and that's when they got those points on the board, Dan.
Down emotions, I felt good about we made some simple mistakes early on. We kind of fixed those mistakes in the second half. We hit some big throws. I thought number 20 plays behind all the night now. He had a heck of a game. That's what big-time players do in big-time ball games. I'm very proud of our staff. I'm very proud of these kids and our fans for coming out and supporting. And, man, that was a huge win.
That number 20 is a name that you might recognize, Kasai Jones. There was a bit of that Jones-to-Jones action tonight. For the Wildcats, they were a team just riddled with penalties. The most costly came in the third in their bid to break the tie in the second half. Block in the back and illegal substitutions worked in the favor of the Bulldogs.
This is in first place for the region. We're tied with Washington County right now because they won, and the rest of the people that are undefeated. So it gives us a chance to defend the region championship, and we just got to keep continuously take one game at a time, and that's what it's about, so that we can play at home.
Yeah, Javaris Harris and Carl Holmes were all over the field tonight, but they wouldn't be there without Chase Bush and James Pride and Mackay Hall blocking their way through. Now we know that Thomson has Washington County up next. We saw them take on Swainsboro earlier this year. That was another game that was started off kind of iffy and started off slow before Swainsboro really took it. So we might see something similar when they go against them next week.
Thank you, Alyssa. The defending state champs are getting a little momentum here, so the rest of the area might want to watch out once they get going. Thank you, and I'll see you back here in a few minutes.